Check, check, 1, 2, 3. 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Championships held here at UIC Natatorium in downtown Chicago, Illinois.
All right.
Thank you.
and welcome to the 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships. This is the fourth and final day of competition, with only 50 points separating the top two teams and multiple records broken this weekend. We look forward to seeing all of the action come to a conclusion as we get started here this afternoon, late this afternoon at the University of Illinois Chicago Natatorium. Welcome, everyone. We are going to have the national anthem here as the pool is being cleared, and we will get started with our first final event, which is going to be the 650-yard freestyle, also known as the mile.
Yep, 1650 freestyle is basically what a true distance event. It is 66 lengths of the pool. Athletes in particular that swim this event, we are going to kind of track their progress through these two heats. We have kind of a USA Swimming distance pacing chart. We're going to kind of be able to track their progress through the meet, kind of predict their time. Hopefully we'll be able to, get inside the swimmer's head on where they're making their moves and kind of share that with our audience as well.
Well, we are very much looking forward to that. The women will start us off first. And a couple of meet records for both the men and women have yet to be reset. Several years have passed, and we're looking forward to more success for these young, talented athletes as we get this final night underway.
Well, we preliminaries was nothing short of spectacular, just like our finals. Grace Ariola, again, from Waves Bloomington, set two records this morning. She did not come back for finals tonight, so she really went all out in the morning session, set the record in the 100 freestyle with a time of 49:32. Also set the meet record in the 200 backstroke with a time of 1:58:02 as well. Spencer Walker, again, continues his record-breaking performances, particularly in the backstrokes. Young man broke the 200 backstroke record this morning at a 1:44:14. And we look forward to seeing him race again this evening. So records continue to fall at the Illinois Short Course Senior Championships. The competition as we go into the final night and the team scores, as we combine team scores from last night, St. Charles leads the combined competition with 1,041 points. Academy Bullets at 996.5. New Trier Aquatics in third at 822. West Swim Club at 480, Fox Valley at 458. So some good races going on within the top five. Waves Bloomington at 380, Patriot Aquatics at 330, West Chicago Sharks at 236. So you had a couple interesting interviews that you posted out on social media. Why don't you tell our audience about those?
Absolutely. I had an opportunity to.
We're going to take a short pause here. Our deck announcer looks like he's getting ready to do the national anthem when we would not want to preempt that.
Definitely not.
So we will follow up with those. We have a lot of time to talk during the 1650.
Yes, we will.
And
I'll share more information
back during that race itself. So.
have the top seeded heat of event 25, women's 1650 freestyle. Meet record in this event is 1627.18, set in 1997 by Amy Magawa of PPD. In lane 1, also from PPD, is Jane Smith. In lane 2 from St. Charles, it's Mary Kate Phillips. In 3 from Waves, Sydney Kennedy. In 4 from Palatine Park District, it's Maggie Menso. In 5 from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In 6 from Bullets, Lauren Payton. 7 from Bullets, Gina Jenkins. And in 8 from Bullets, Cadence Fort.
$16.50 freestyle, 66 lengths of the pool. You heard the voice of the pool deck, Aaron Mashman, introduce our top 8 seeded swimmers. This is a time final competition, so the athletes that swam earlier in the competition actually have an opportunity to move into the top 8 medal positions on the podium. And we watch the athletes as they go out into the early stages of this race. It's very controlled. You see some of the top seeds here: Sydney Kennedy from Waves Bloomington, Margaret Menso and Audrey Guyette. Menso again, and Sydney Kennedy, and even Audrey Guyette, open water swimmers. The athletes have the mentality to be able to train for an event like this as well as race an event like this. So your early leader in lane number 4, and that is Margaret Menso from Palatine. Her teammate over here in lane 1, that is Smith. Jane Smith, the 16-year-old, and we see Cadence Fort over there in lane number 8. Cadence is 12 years old from the Academy Bullets, so some young, upcoming talent over there, getting her final tune-up before age group state.
That is really impressive to see the youth of the state of Illinois being inspired, and I understand that your motto is fun, fit for life. I love that. Swimming is such a wonderful overall conditioning activity and sport, and I love that that motto applies just perfectly to this type of weekend's events.
Well, that's what keeps athletes in the sport, is the fun part, and
Right.
fun is relative, obviously. Swimming fast, if you're asking the coaches out there, they would say, well, fun is swimming fast.
Right.
Well, and that is true. If you see the smiling athletes on deck, it's probably because they did swim fast. But there's some great leadership and some great personalities out there in the pool. We're coming up on the 200 here, and your leader in lane number 4 is with a 30.67 on that 50 split. She is the fastest swimmer in the pool, and that is Margaret Menso. 200 split, 157.78. So the meet record is a long-standing from 1977 by Amy Magawa, and some of these records have stood for a long time because they are that difficult to be able to break. So as we look at the Illinois swimming record, that's something that is 16:06.66, is something that is even faster than the meet record. The meet record actually has to be done within the competition. An Illinois Open record can be done at any competition by an Illinois swimming athlete throughout the year or throughout time. So Kristen Jacobson from BSC is the holder of our Illinois Swimming LSC record, LSC meaning Local Swimming Committee. So what we're going to watch here is, as the athletes, we watched this last night in the 500s. We're going to watch it again in the 1650, how the athletes control their races. 30.90 from Menso. She is still the fastest swimmer in the pool, followed closely by Audrey Guyette at a 31.17. There are coaches over on the sidelines. You can watch the coaches on the far side of the pool. Todd Capon from Academy with both his arms up.
Yes.
The athletes know that means you are on pace. Continue to do what you're doing. And what certain athletes in the pool, you will watch, they're really focused on learning how to negative split a race of this distance. In other words, sometimes it's by effort, sometimes it's actually by time. Menso really being very aggressive on the front half. Her teammate over here in lane 1, Jane Smith, right in the hunt as well.
I was curious what the arms up in the air. I see a lot of the coaches doing a similar motion over on the side, if that was just an enthusiastic move or if that was strategic.
Yes and
Thank
yes. Well, you see some of the coaches over there actually turning their arms over almost on a tumble motion. That means to pick up their tempo or to pick up your speed. Some of the athletes, have swum 3 days of the competition, so this is an event that is even more difficult the more that you have swum throughout the race. But they are conditioned for this. These athletes, many of them, train double workouts, morning and afternoon, and weights. So they are prepared to be able to commit to the stress of the race and the stress of the goal that they're trying to achieve as well. 30.86 for Guyette. She takes over being the fastest person in the pool. 31.1 for our leader currently. That's Margaret Menso. So Guyette making a small move early in the competition, and they will break it down almost by 500s. At the 500 mark, your leader, Menso, with a 30.98, drop right back down into that 30-point range. Fastest swimmer in the pool. And she is at a 5:03.58. 5:03.58 is probably right at the 16:46 time, so she's trying to break that 17 minutes. So you can see at 16:46, not quite on pace to break the record, but pretty solid swim when you're looking towards a junior national time standard, which is 16:32. So right now she's on pace for about a 16:46.
So Tony, when athletes are in this type of an event where they're swimming really long distances, are they actually training in that type of mode really frequently, or do you feel like distance swimmers really just prepare as they get closer to meets of this caliber?
Well, I think that it's interesting, and again, as we watch Audrey Guyette start to build into her second 500 here. So you watch the race in the middle of the pool starting to close up. Some of the old school training with just miles and miles and miles of distance kind of has been evolved now. The athletes can't necessarily have the pool time or the space to be able to train long distances because you have a lot of other teammates. So the coaches have really gone more to what's called race pace work. And let's say a distance swimmer, for an example, instead of doing 15 100s every other one fast as a sprinter would do, they're going to go 1500s, 100s with short rest, trying to hold specific paces during the pool in that practice, as an example. 30.81 for Guyette. She's now the fastest swimmer in the pool. Watch as she starts to move up. And watch the differences in stroke tempo. So there's another training pattern, for an example. You look at Guyette, and she's probably taking 3 or 4 less strokes per 25, which is going to save a little bit more for her. But tempo seems to be the new trend. Getting the arms to be able to hold rates for longer period of times in practice, shorter distances, but longer sets. So the athletes will prepare. Now, the mile isn't swum every meet. You'll go into a high school dual meet, you go into even a championship meet mid-season. These kids won't swim a 16:50 every meet. The coaches will space those out throughout a season because they can be stressful on the athlete because of the type of training they're doing.
Sure.
And they do want them to have quality swims. So they will strategically schedule their races throughout the season. The race starting to tighten up in the middle of the pool. Don't count out Kennedy over here in lane number 3. She's kind of being a little sneaky over here. Watch her on the back half. All right, Audrey Guyette at 30.97. We get to the 1,000 mark, we'll kind of see what pace they're on. We'll work the 500s. Now look at Guyette. We talk a little bit about how she's swimming next to the lane line.
Yes.
You're working the draft, kind of being a strategic. Kennedy is also being very strategic. She's just kind of holding that 31 low pace. And this is kind of fun to watch because they actually push themselves at the level of their competitions. But strategy pays off throughout the front part of the race. And when you watch Guyette come off the walls, and she takes what's called a breakout stroke. So she transitions from underwater to the top. She actually accelerates off that last arm. She's actually moving into her breakout like a skier behind a boat. They don't just pop up. They actually move forward as they pop up. So she's pretty skilled in her underwater work off her turns, and that collectively, after 65 turns, it's going to pay off, right?
Yes, absolutely. Every inch counts. And once again, just to remind our viewers, lane 1 is down towards the bottom of your screen, and lane 8 would be up towards the top.
Now, sometimes it's hard to keep track of the athletes in the pool, so we'll kind of recap who is in what lane.
Absolutely. In lane 1, again, down towards the bottom of your screen, that is Jane Smith representing Palatine Park District. In lane 2, Mary Kate Phillips of St. Charles. Lane 3, Sydney Kennedy is swimming from Bloomington Normal Y Waves. In lane 4, Margaret Menso of Palatine Park District. Lane 5 is Audrey Guyette of St. Charles Swim Team. Lane 6, we have Lauren Payton of Academy Bullets. Lane 7 is Gina Jenkins from Academy Bullets. And up towards the top of your screen, our young 12-year-old Cadence Fort of Academy Bullets is in lane 8.
Guyette now bringing her 50 splits down to 30.64, so you can see how she's built into her second 500 of the race. 31.1 for Kennedy as she starts to move into second place. Guyette looks pretty comfortable out there. As we count her strokes on this 25, just that's efficiency. 1, 12 strokes per length. And that includes some good long kickoffs off the wall. Now as we come in through the past the 1,000 here, now moving into the third 500. And she hits the wall at, our leader Guyette hits the wall at and again, our scoreboard doesn't pop up right away, 10:46.5. And that we're going to wait until the next 50 and we'll kind of give a prediction of what that time might be. This will be about an 11:15, somewhere around in that mark. $11:18. She's still somewhere underneath that under 17 minutes as she pushes through the back half of the race right now, splitting approximately 101 per 100.
She looks absolutely calm, cool, collected, just relaxed.
Great way to describe an athlete in a probably neither one of us could ever come close to doing what she's doing.
No.
But you know, it just looks effortless, and that's a beautiful sight in swimming.
Absolutely. It's artistry in the water. It really is. It's
so a race for second place really going on strong here in lanes number 3 and 4. Again, that's Menso and Kennedy, but we got a tight race over there in lanes number 6 and 7 battling out. 6 and 7, that's Payton and Jenkins, both teammates from Academy. So training partners going head to head. Looks like Menso coming back on Kennedy right here, so that race for second and third. Menso decided that she was going to really start working on that third 500. Great racing going on in the middle of the pool. Over there, lanes 6 and 7, as we noted. Teammates over there. 3 Academy girls on that outside, including the 12-year-old Cadence Fort. Still the fastest swimmer in the pool is Guyette at a 31.01. Now we're at about a 102 pace per 100. 31.22 and 31.77 for Kennedy. So they are working the back half together. Coaches down here again giving their signals, and they will strategically place themselves on which side of the pool that their athletes are on to give them the best view. Guyette's seed time coming in was a 16:44.89. She just looks very comfortable and content out there right now. We'll kind of see as she pushes through the back half. She's at 31. low again, 13:21 on that split. All right, she's going to be pretty close to that time, depending on how strong she kicks it in on that last 150 of the race itself. If you're watching at home, watch lanes 3 and 4. Simultaneously turning just a tenth of a second separating Menso and Kennedy right now. Outside again, lane 1 is Smith. Training partners over there in 6 and 7 just mirroring each other. Little team pride going on there. Lane number 2 is Phillips from St. Charles swim team.
I love how you describe that mirror swimming. You do see that in a couple of these lanes here, as you've been describing.
Love watching Guyette swim. 14:23 on that split. Again, she's somewhere around that under 17 minutes mark. And again, this isn't many of these athletes, this isn't their championship meet. They are not rested fully for this meet. The coaches are using this as a training meet. And, occasionally during the year, there'll be that question, well, why isn't my kid swimming faster? Well, we have to train through certain meets.
Right.
You have to learn to swim tired. And the reason why these distance swimmers sometimes will be tired at the end of the race, and they need to learn to swim fast when they're tired. And it's a lot of stress in training, physically and mentally. And it's just something that what makes them very special athletes, actually. Coaches will have to coach them through that part of it, not just the physical, but the mental part of swimming a mile. 31:24 for Guyette. Menso back in second with a 31:32. Kennedy 31:47 on that 50 split. And again, if I had to count up all the tenths of the seconds of Guyette, making moves off every turn, not just in between the flags, she's doing a wonderful job in and out of her walls. (31:16), bringing the time back down, low 1:02 splits. 1:02 is on pace for about a 17 minutes, but she is so far ahead of that it looks like she'll be under 17 minutes at the end. Races in 6 and 7, we talked about it earlier. That's 6 and 7 is Peyton and Jenkins from Academy, just continually to battle each other as they do every day. There's your bell lap. Guyette 31:22. Besides the markers down there, the lap counters down there at the end of the pool, you see the orange signals to the athletes. This is your last length. Got some great racing going on here. Guyette's going to get under that 17-minute mark with a nice, smooth, comfortable 30.29 on the end. She's your winner. Great swims over there in 3 and 4. Looks like Menso got second. Kennedy. We lost track to Smith, and my apologies to our third place finisher, Smith, who really came back on the back half there. Didn't see her. She snuck up on me. That's Jane Smith from Palatine. 17:04, much faster than her seed time coming in at 17:49. Great job for Jane Smith from Palatine.
That is really impressive, too, to see these athletes just shave off multiple seconds.
As we head into our next race, and we're finishing up this 1650. Remember, this is a time final event, so we will have awards after the 200 backstroke. It is important that these young ladies now go over to the most important pool in the competition, and that is behind the banner, the awards podium. That is the warm-up, warm-down pool. We'll talk more about that as the guys hit it. And we're looking for the introduction for the
1 from Academy Bullets, it's Austin Millard. In 2 from Fox, it's Lucas Conrads. 3 from St. Charles, John Whitehurst. 4 from Bullets, William Camps. 5 from Wheaton, Trevor Carter. 6 from Nassau Wildcat, Luke Maurer. And 7 from St. Charles, Austin Cable. Meet record in this event is 15:20.54, set in 2010 by Danny Thompson of Hinsdale Swim Club.
16:50 for men. Millard, Conrads, Whitehurst, Camps, Carter, Maurer, Cable, and Laval. Some time swum from this morning looked like they were very fast in the championship heat. We'll double check those to make sure that they're accurate. But there are some times that are going to place in the top 8. Looks from our first heats that were swum earlier in the competition. 16:50, 66 lengths of the pool. You take a look in the middle of the pool, lane 4. That's William Camps from Academy. He's going to be swimming at Penn University. He also anchored the 400 medley relay last night. So he's got quite a range. He can sprint, anchor, and he can swim the mile, or he is swimming the mile.
What a versatile athlete.
Range across that type of events really does come from good, hard training.
So Tony, tell us about the futures time standards. A few of the athletes swimming right now have achieved that through their preliminary swims. Can you tell us a little more about that?
And we're talking a little bit about progressions and what progressions are in USA Swimming. Progressions at the local swimming committee level, which is us, Illinois Swimming. We will see developmental meets for age group kids during the year. We start out with our regional championships, which is an introduction to championship swimming. Our age group state championships, which will be held in 2 weeks out at Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, for basically 14 and under swimmers, is our very high level age group meet, usually 1,200 athletes within that meet. Then our senior championships, which are here, our high school aged kids, and it's actually open to age group kids. You saw a 12-year-old in the 1,500, but it's also the college athlete or athletes that are the pros that we have within Illinois that are still training here, the national team members. If you move on to the next levels of the sport, it's USA Swimming sponsors what's called the USA Swimming Sectional Meets. Our sectional meet is held next weekend up at Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, the Speedo Sectionals. And then on to the Futures Meet, which is the next introductory level of championship high-level swimming that USA Swimming sponsors. Futures Meet is more of a regional type championship where athletes from a lot of different areas across the country. There's 4 events held regionally throughout the United States, and the United States Swimming will pick different LSCs or states that are and tell them this is the meet we want you to go to. So these athletes now get more of the national flavor starting out at the Futures Meet. Then that goes to the junior national level, which we've talked about time standards, and the senior national level is the top 1% of the athletes within our nation, and many of those athletes are world ranked. So we have many of our athletes that work from top to bottom, starting out and having just fun in our sport, and then athletes that grow up with goals to be Olympians. And Illinois Swimming is a proud LSC of the number of Olympians that we've had over the last decades. So William Camps still your leader over there in lane number 6. Looks like Carter from Wheaton. And lane number 3 coming up strong is Whitehurst from St. Charles Swim Team. So pretty strategic right here. We saw the last couple 500 heats and also saw the first heat of 1650, how athletes really need to control and learn how to build into that race. And we'll take a look, sneak peek at them as they hit the 500 coming up here soon. Camps, their fastest swimmer in the pool. No, it looks like Whitehurst at 28.87. 2 swimmers under 29 seconds. That is Whitehurst and Camps. And Whitehurst making a nice smooth build into his first 500. So the progressions, there's a step ladder approach. Every time that you turn around, there is step ladders within each meet. So it's not you just go from one meet to the next. For an example here, first time you get to the senior championships, they want to, first you got to qualify. Then the next time is come in and swim a faster time. Then the next time is let's come in and try to make top 16 or top 24. Then the next time they come in, they want to try to make top 8. And the next time they come in, they want to qualify for the next level meet.
Right.
So it's like onions, the old Shrek thing, you know, layers. It's so many different steps within a progression itself. All right, 500 mark. William Camps, 28.46, is the fastest swimmer in the pool at a 4:42. We take a look at what 4:42 will. Right now, as they go out into the swim, 4:42 is on pace for about a 15:24. They can hold that pace throughout the competition, and William Camps came in with a 15:45. So I think we're looking at faster than his best time if he can keep this pace. Now you're starting to see him build his tempo, start to move into his second 500. Now when you watch this at home, you don't necessarily see it as you would in person.
Right.
But what we can see here is the physical change in their stroke rate, how fast. And coaches have stopwatches on this. Coaches will be watching, particularly sometimes in the 200 backstroke, 1650. Every time that right hand enters, coach is gonna hit the watch. As the right hand enters again, it goes through a full cycle. 1, 2, 3. Coach hits it. Let's say he's at 1.5. Wouldn't be what? Maybe at 1.5. And coach is going to tell him that's the rate. You talked about training. That's the rate I want you to hold at every one of these repeats, because that's the tempo that's going to get you the paces that you want. And it's hard sometimes to hold that.
Right.
William Camps 28.57. He's holding 57s. Whitehurst with 29.0. Moving into third place, Maurer from Wild over there in lane number 6, it looks like.
And once again, the athletes here in the men's 1650 free. Bottom of your screen, lane 1, Austin Mallard from Academy Bullets. Lane 2, Lucas Conrads from Fox Valley. Lane 3, John Whitehurst from St. Charles. Lane 4, Will Camps from Academy Bullets. Lane 5, Trevor Carter from Wheaton. Lane 6, Luke Maurer from NASA Wildcats. Lane 7, Austin Cable from St. Charles. And up towards the top, lane 8, Andrew Laval from West.
University of Illinois at Circle Campus here. I call it Circle Campus. Long time since it's been called Circle Campus. It's a fast pool. It's very deep, both at the starting end, at the turn end, both. It's just one of those competition pools that, in particular, will be fast in deep water. But when you get to the, for example, if you're in a relay situation and those waves start taking place, there's one hard wall down at the other and no flow through gutter. So it's been a fast pool for a long time. Camps at a 28.55, still holding that 57 range per 100. 57s are going to get him right at that 15:40 mark. In second currently is lane number 3. That's Whitehurst, but Maurer coming on strong in lane number 6.
And I know in transition to the men's event, you were talking about the pool beyond the banner, the warm-up, warm-down pool. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
That's probably, as I said, that's probably the most important pool in any competition. I remember watching NCAA Division I and watching how many athletes spend hours in that pool, because sometimes what these athletes are doing is flushing out the lactic acid in their body.
Right.
And that particular physical dimension, that every athlete is different, but they have to find out what that is for them. So does a distance swimmer warm up differently, longer, better, more pacing than a sprinter? Potentially. You were interviewing Topher earlier.
Yes.
He doesn't need as much warm up after 3 days of competition in his events. When you're looking at William Camps here, he may need a longer warm up And that may take place, not only does he do a warm-up, but he get into a second warm-up. The cool downs, which is called a warm down, cool down, however you want to look at it, prepares you for not only the next event, but the next day. So these athletes really do spend if you're thinking they're just coming in and swimming a 1650, they're probably swimming a good, 10,000 meters or 10,000 yards, depending on what course we're swimming in the warm-up, warm-down pool over a period of 3.5 days.
Gotcha.
So it isn't, when Michael Phelps won his 8 gold medals, he swam 70,000 yards in that week.
Wow.
And he only raced a very small portion of that.
Right.
But, they were doing blood lactate testing on him and everything to make sure that all of that lactic acid was flushed out, and he would stay in there for 20, 30 minutes sometimes, flushing his system out. Sometimes that's a good mental pool too. If you've had a great race, to prepare for your great race, it's a great mental pool to be quiet, gather your thoughts, gather your technique, and it's also a place to go down there and get rid of all of your frustrations.
Right.
28.41. Again, Camps now is 9:58.35 at the 10:50 mark. He's kind of separated himself from the field here, really swimming a smart race. 28.48, so he's just slightly under that 57-second mark. Again, we were taking a look at our pace chart. 57.0 is going to get him a 15.40. His time coming in is a 15.45.08, so he's right on that. Lane number 3, Whitehurst from St. Charles. Lane number 6, Maurer from Wild. Camps seems to really be into his race. And when you say that, you watch the athlete as they build through the back half. He doesn't seem to be missing much of a beat here. You
sure
can see him
doesn't.
increase his effort. You can see his legs drive start to pick up, that type thing. He kind of seems to be into what he's doing. Some athletes will look lost out there occasionally and go slower on 150, faster on another. And he's just nailing each 50 right on the same paces. Only turns, a little glitch in the turn, turning farther away from the wall makes a 1/10 of a second, because he was 28.5 on the last 50 or 28.6 on the last 50. He's 28.3 here. He just hit his turn better. Wasn't necessarily always swimming faster. He just hit his turn better because he's going in with more momentum into the wall. Good technique on his walls. You watch him as he comes over the top of his turns. He really squares up his hips. You see his heels come right over the top, like almost in between his shoulders. So you can watch that.
That I have noticed, to see if there is any variation there as the swimmers make the turn into the wall.
And it's hard sometimes. Now we saw in the girls' race, the women's race, we saw head-to-head racing in 2 or 3 different components. Now we are kind of spread out across the board in this field. And that doesn't necessarily work for everybody, because they really don't have anybody to race.
Right.
They're out there swimming their race, and then they do rely on their coaches more, because they're out there swimming. They know their body feels good, but they want to make sure that they're correct in what they're doing. And every one of these coaches you see that when they turn, their goggles face their coach. They are looking. Some of the coaches they can hear too. All right, Mr. Camps with a beautiful swim. We saw 2 great 1650 swims. Guyette who won the women's competition. William Camps 28.75 on that split.
And there is quite a tight race between teams as well. And the women's winner, Audrey Guyette from St. Charles, that is your leading team coming into this 4th and final day. So I know that every point counts.
And if you swim a 50 free or a 1650, it still counts the same.
Absolutely.
Come on, William, let's get home. 28.71 on that 50 split. Again, out there by himself. He's going to rely on his coaches to get him home. Pretty smart race, well controlled. It still looks like over here in lane number 3, that's Whitehurst from St. Charles. He splits at 28.56. Again, 1/10 of seconds occasionally on a 50 make a difference. That's right at a 57.0 and a 57.0 right now really make, dropping by tenths of seconds per 50 or adding tenths of seconds. 59 on the lap counter. He's going to be at 60 as he hits down here at the starting end. 6 more lengths to go. This is kind of your closing speed phase. This is the last 150. He splits a 14-15. He's a 14-15 as he hits. He's right on 15:40 pace. Right on a 15:40 pace for William Camps. That's 5 seconds faster than his seed time coming in.
Again, just so impressive how these athletes are able to accomplish that.
Got a bell lap coming up. Again, bell lap is kind of a double notification to the athletes. You got the lap counter at one end, you got the bell at the other. That means each lane will have a bell, not just the leader. In the past, we used to have a gunshot on the last 5 yards and 50 left to go, but now we use bells on every lane, so every athlete hears it clearly that they have a 50 to go. Here comes Camps. We predicted a 15:40. He may just get under that. Well swum 16:50, 26.6 on that 50. $15:38.4 for Camps. And he's just 4 seconds off that junior national time standard, which he may already have. In second, again, Whitehurst from St. Charles with a 15:53. Good swim by Whitehurst. Maurer, 15:58.8. And Carter from Wheaton, 16:04.30.
Excellent job to the men there in the 16:50 free. Your winner, Will Camps, Academy Bullets. Time of 15:38.4. Next up, we will see the women's 200-yard backstroke. The meet record set in 2017 was 1 minute 59 seconds, .07 from Margaret Guanchi from New Trier. And in lane 1, down towards the bottom of your pool, of your screen, Athena Yee, Academy Bullets. Lane 2 is Mackenzie Adkins from Academy Bullets. Lane 3, Sophia Sheena, of PAC. Lane 4, Ashley Corello of Patriot Aquatics. Lane 5, Audrey Richardson of New Trier. Lane 6, we have Sophia Keene from Palatine Park District. Lane 7, we have Helen Blumna from PAC Aquatics, Patriot Aquatics. And in lane 8, up towards the top of your screen, Amber Fink from West Chicago Sharks.
One small correction is that this morning Grace Areola broke the 200 backstroke record this morning with a 158.02. That didn't get updated in our finals heat sheet this evening. So a new record set this morning. So these young ladies will be chasing after that new mark this evening.
All right. And congratulations to Grace Areola. Talented athlete.
C final of the women's 200 backstroke. 6 out of the 8 athletes with that futures time standard. I think there's a few young ladies in the competition that have a shot at that junior national cut in that super final. We'll see what they can do. So that as you watch here, you watch the athletes in the backstroke starting position, their toes up against the touch pads, and occasionally if they pull their weight too far forward on those backstroke starts, the weight shifts over the heels and they will push off and slip down and actually almost be in a stand-up position. So these athletes actually keep their weight back just a little bit, and you watch the head positions as well as we watch the next couple of heats so that they don't slip on that start and they have all their momentum pushing them towards the other end of the pool. Going out strong over here in lane number 2, Mackenzie Adkins from Academy, your early leader. 200 backstroke, again, there's a little race strategy that goes like swimming a 200 free, a 200 breast, and a 200 fly. Build into that first 75. Continue your strong walls. Best underwater work goes to lane number 5. And that is Richardson from New Trier Aquatics. Audrey Richardson, just really, really nice body line off the wall. So when she's kicking underwater, she's actually moving faster than the other girls because she's not breaking body position. And that's how she's built into this 150 mark coming up here. Took like 6 kicks off her, push off her wall, or jump off her wall, as you would call it. Her time coming in was the 2:04.83. Right now, she's ahead of that 2:04.83. Again, good strong breakouts. She's at a 130.7, so she's going to be right at 2:01 to 2:02 low for this particular swim. Coming on strong in the lane number 4 also is Corello from Pack. Outside smoke over there in lane 8 is Fink from West Chicago Sharks. She may sneak in for second. 32.05 for Richardson on that split. 2:02.82, a nice drop from her morning swim, almost 2-second drop, and in second again. Did the touchpad not register? Didn't look like it. RB Heat.
All right. For the B final, the 200-yard backstroke ladies, lane 1, Mallory Jumps of St. Charles. Lane 2, Connie Zhang of Academy Bullets. Lane 3, Audrey Guyette from St. Charles. Lane 4, Margaret Guanchi from New Trier. Lane 5, Grace Pendergeist from Lions Aquatics. Lane 6 is Vivian Wu of New Trier. Lane 7, Hollis Clark of West. And up in lane 8, Catherine Muller of Academy Bullets.
So let's talk about a tough double. Audrey Guyette just got out of the pool for the 1650. Now she's jumping in the 200 backstroke. I've seen some tough athletes do that, and it's something they probably do often. It takes some good mental toughness, not in quick physical recovery to be able to do it. So let's watch how she performs here. Margaret Guanci has, from New Trier Aquatics, has set some records. So she's a really talented 200 backstroker. Fastest seed time in this particular heat is Guanci with a 2:02.97. Now you see a couple of the athletes in the pool wearing nose plug.
I was going to ask about that.
They just, sometimes when they're underwater and they're exhaling, they'll get water up their nose and they don't like that feeling, so they'll wear that nose plug to be able to keep the water from coming up and do more mouth breathing than, nose and mouth breathing. And most of it is because they get water up their nose and they hate that.
It stings. Doesn't feel good.
Over there in lane number 6 right now is Wu. Looking strong as she hits the 100 mark. Nice racing going on again outside smoke over there in lane number 8. That's Mueller from Academy, looking strong. Now starting to build into the race, lane number 4. That's Guanci from New Trier Aquatics. Good smooth breakout. Your teammate over there in lane number 6 is Wu. Looks like she's got a pretty good, both of them have good training partners. 30.68 for Guanci. She's going to be a low 2-minute mark. Now starting to push in lane number 5. That's Pendergrass from Lions. We watch some of the athletes as they go into the turns, and we'll watch this in the super final. Do they catch water on that long stroke that they take before they turn, or do they just pull the arm and it becomes a dead arm underwater? We'll take a look at that in the championship final. Guanci with a time of 2:00. Nice swim. I think 2:00. We'll see how it pops up on the screen. 2:00:42. Great swim.
Here in our super final for women's 200 backstroke in lane 3 from Academy Bullets, she claims to be a god at Fortnite. It's Lindsay Merck. In lane 4 from Dunlap Dolphins, she's considering trying out for a barefoot basketball league if this swimming thing doesn't work out. It's Emma Theobald. In lane 5 from St. Charles, she requests a moment of silence for her fish, Bruce. He jumped out of the tank, R.I.P. It's Megan Armstrong. In lane 6 from New Trier, she claims she's slower than most 12-year-olds at a 100 kick. It's Shannon Carney.
Your A final, again, one quick recap about that meet record that was broken this morning by our Grace Areola.
That was 1 minute 58 seconds, .02. Grace Areola set a new meet record this morning. And once again in lane 3, Lindsay Merck of Academy Bullets. Lane 4, Emma Theobald from Dunlap Dolphins. Lane 5, Megan Armstrong from St. Charles. And in lane 6, Shannon Kearney of New Trier.
Fastest seed time coming into the super final, 2:00:57 by Emma Theobald. So the goal here not only is to get under 2 minutes, but rally and see if they can hit that 1:57.69. So they need to be out pretty aggressively to be able to hit that time. Theobald with a 27 on the way out. We'll see what time. They're going to hold those 30-second or 29-second high splits on the back half of this race to be able to go that 1:57 mark. Theobald looking pretty strong as she just keeps the, slowed down a little bit on that turn, slowed down that last arm, 29.81. She's the fastest swimmer in the pool right now. Her split time, 57.22. She's plenty fast enough to be able to achieve the cut if she can keep the third and fourth 50 splits down to 30 lows. 6 kick off the walls, and as you watch her dolphin kicks off the wall, she takes about 6 dolphin kicks, and she breaks into a flutter kick to be able to get back into her stroke timing. Come on, girl, hit this split. 30.12. She's on pretty close to being on pace to go that 1:57. The junior national. She's going to have to get it home, not lose her legs here. 1:57.69 is junior national cut. Coming on strong in the middle of the pool over there in lane number 5 is Armstrong. Here's where cuts are made or not, or lost at this point, right here in this last 25. Theobald looks like she hits about a 1:58, a 30.92 on that last 50 split. And a 1:58.26. 2 of our young ladies breaking 2 minutes. Armstrong as well at a 1:59.69.
And up next, we have the men's 200-yard backstroke. We will start with the C final. In lane 1, we have Tyler McLaurin from Academy Bullets. Lane 2, Benjamin Kimmel of Academy Bullets. Lane 3, from Peoria Area Water Wizards, we have Simeon, Lane 4, we have Ryan Purdy, an attached GTAC. In lane 5, representing West Swim Club, Thomas Wilmsey. In lane 6, we have Austin Morris of Moline Blue Marlins. In lane 7, Michael Bennington of Ultimate Swimming. And up in lane 8, Jack Zhang of Patriot Aquatics.
And just another quick recap about a record that was broke this morning. Spencer Walker now holds the new meet record of 1:44.14, besting his own record for 2017 by about a full second. So Spencer will be in your super final. See if he can best his championship or his meet record from this morning. All right, so what happened there was a little bit of microphone feedback that caused the athletes to get
So in this case, they will have the athletes relax and then get ready for starting position again, yes?
Yep. All right. Something, our meet referee Dan Clayson said there's something amiss. He caught it out of the corner of his eye. It looks like one of the wires might have been plugged in the wrong port. Dan caught it out of the corner of his eye, held up the field. In the meantime, the guys in the water are going, this is cold, let's keep it moving. There we go. So protocol is the long whistle. Athletes get into position. The deck referee turns it over to the starter, and the starter gives them the horn start. Beautiful underwater work in lane number 4. That's Purdy. It's unattached G-Tech. And when you talk about what makes great underwater work, sometimes it's body line. I don't think that outside lane's too slow. We keep seeing people swim fast in lane number 8 at the top of your screen. That is Zhang from PAC. So as we see the C heat, B heat, A heat, watch the consistency of distance off the walls, not just the first start. Watch the distance either stays long on here. Now if they're coming off into their 100, you see the distance off wall start getting shorter.
Right.
As they go through the heats and the athletes get older, stronger, more experienced, you'll see the distances maintained off every wall. Less swimming, more racing skills. And in short course yards, it is about racing skills.
Now, a quick technical question about hand placement, Tony, here in the backstroke. I'm noticing some have more of a cupped stance, if you will, with their hands as they enter the water, and some are more linear, more straight. Is there a difference there?
Sometimes that's a flaw in their catch. You know, it's interesting. You know, water is not a solid, so they have to find ways to be able to grab the water with their hands or their forearm. So it's not just their hand that grabs the water. There's a high elbow catch underwater. Sometimes the athletes will get to that catch quicker. They like the quicker catch. Other athletes have a cleaner, smoother entry into the water, and that usually works best. But that's not. Some of it is about personal preference and what the coaches are working on. There's your split of a 27.68 on the last 50 split for Purdy, who's been your leader. He's a 152.82, and that is faster than the Futures time standard, your B final.
In the B final, we have in lane 1, Matthew Turian of Peoria Area Water Wizards. In lane 2, Michael Chan of Academy Bullets. In lane 3, Joshua Delaroto from Reach. From lane 4, we have William Raitt of Academy Bullets. In lane 5, we have Nicholas Jasinski of Mundelein. Lane 6, we have Owen Zant of Academy Bullets. In lane 7, Patrick Gridley of New Trier. And up in lane 8, we have Eric Irikello, unattached. This is your B final. Men's 200 backstroke.
Fastest qualifier in the B final, William Raitt from 16-year-old from Academy Bullets at a 151.97. Let's see if anybody can sneak under that 150 mark. You start breaking that 150 mark, you are definitely within striking distance of that junior national time standard. Again, USA's junior nationals is the elite 5% of swimmers 18 and under in the nation, and with multitudes of world-ranked swimmers, including some of ours here, and that includes Spencer Walker, which we'll see coming up soon. Outside smoke, lane number 1, that's Terrian from Paw, looking strong. So when they come into this far-end turn, we'll kind of talk a little bit about, it's almost a double-arm turn. When their last arm stroke that they take before they turn over into the roll position, do they grab water, or does it just become a dead arm? So a lot of the athletes, as they start to roll over, will take the arm and tuck it underneath their body, and it becomes just dead weight. A good backstroker will actually grab the water on that last stroke, pull themselves into the wall as they turn over into the turn. Otherwise, it's really a wasted arm stroke because it's not pulling any water. It's just like they're tucking it under just to get into the roll. So good technique is grabbing the water into your turn. Over there in lane number 7 right now is Gridley. And which Gridley brother is that? That happens to be Patrick Gridley. The 2 twins, both of them going to Northwestern next year. Pretty impressive.
Part of one of the winning earlier relay teams from this weekend.
Kicking it into gear is lane number 4 with some last-minute push is Raitt. It looks like Gridley's going to take this one, and he's going to get under 150. Let's see if he does. 27.71. 149.87, and that was Patrick Gridley.
Here in the super final of our men's 200 backstroke, in lane 3 from Chicago Wolfpack, he says that Kendrick Lamar told him that his backstroke just went viral. It's Tadzio Kirka. In lane 4 from Academy Bullets, he says Jeffrey Vitek is not going to Johns Hopkins. It's Spencer Walker, Texas Ranger. In lane 5 from West Chicago Sharks, it's Nick Vance. And in lane 6 from New Trier, he says that he thinks that it smells like Updog on the pool deck. It's Ryan Gridley.
Oh, these bios are hilarious. All right.
Just an update on that meet record, 144.14 from Spencer Walker. Notice his position on his start. His head is back a little bit, shifts his weight back a little bit to get a better press off the wall. He missed the pool record by 3/100ths of a second. Let's see if he can make 3/100ths up, go under 144 tonight in his 200 backstroke and set a new meet record, the Illinois Swimming Association record, set by Daniel Hine back in 2016 is 143.73, and I bet you that's what he's shooting for tonight. 23.89 for Walker on the way out. He also wears a nose plug. Seen a young man have a fantastic meet. That's Nick Vance from West Chicago Sharks over there in lane 5. I mean, he's been extremely versatile
He sure
and breaking
has.
records this weekend as well. And he is
On
in
fire.
second. Walker kind of turns in the corner of the lane there with a 25.73 on that 50 split. Sometimes just the smallest of circle swims might cost you a time or a time standard. 49.62 for Walker. Again, his time, 1:44. Walker with a 27.14 on that 50 split.
And Nick Vance right behind him with a just by 3/10 of a second, pardon me.
It looks like Walker is ahead of his pace. He was 27.22 on his 150 split. He's going to be at 1:43. Let's see if he can get in and take that LSC record down as well. 27.54 on that last 50 split. He goes a 1:44.30, just a little bit off of his record from this morning. Nick Vance at a 1:46.88. He is under the junior national time standard as well. So congratulations to Nick Vance and Spencer Walker, both achieving those national time standards. So again, let's take a look at Nick achieved the junior national time standard, but Spencer actually achieved the national time standard, which means that that is the top 1% of athletes in the nation. So Spencer with a senior national cut, and Nick Vance a junior national cut. So great swim by both. Now we're on to an awards break.
Awards for women's 1650 freestyle. In 8th place from St. Charles, Mary Kate Phillips. In 7th place from Academy Bullets, Lauren Payton. In 6th place from Academy Bullets, Gina Jenkins. In 5th place from Chicago Wolfpack, Madison Schimmel. In 4th place from Bloomington Normal Y Waves, Sydney Kennedy. In 3rd from Palatine Park District, Jane Smith. In 2nd from Palatine Park District, Maggie Menso. And our 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Women's 1650 Freestyle Champion from St. Charles Swim Team, Audrey Guyette. Congratulations, ladies. Awards for men's 1650 freestyle. In 8th place from Academy Bullets, Austin Millard. In 7th place from St. Charles, Austin Cable. In 6th place from St. Charles, Ricky Williams. In 5th place from Wheaton, Trevor Carter. In 4th place from Lincoln Way, Joseph Bazzi. In 3rd place from Nassau Wildcat, Luke Maurer. In 2nd place from St. Charles, John Whitehurst. And our 2018 Illinois Swimming Men's 1650 Freestyle Short Course Senior Champion from Academy Bullet Swim Club, William Camps. Okay, so we are presenting Distance High Point Awards at this point, and we will announce the top 8 distance event point gainers. In 8th place from Academy Bullets is Gina Jenkins. In 7th place from New Trier, Greta Pelzik. In 6th place from Bloomington Normal Wave, it's Sydney Kennedy. In 5th place from Academy Bullets, it's Audrey Coffey. In 4th place from St. Charles, Audrey Guyette. In 3rd place from Chicago Wolfpack, Madison Schimmel. And there's a tie for 1st place. Both girls from Palatine Park District. We have Jane Smith and Maggie Menso. And these are our girls' Distance High Point Award winners. Congratulations, ladies. All right, our men's individual distance high point award winners. In 8th place from St. Charles, Frank Nizolik. In 7th place from YWCA Flying Fish, Aiden Dillon. In a tie for 5th place, we have Wild Kit Swimming Organization's Joe Gibson and St. Charles, Ricky Williams. In 4th place from St. Charles, John Whitehurst. In 3rd place from New Trier, Ryan Gridley. In 2nd place from Wheaton Swim Club, Trevor Carter. And our men's individual distance high point award winner from West Chicago Sharks, Nick Vance. Congratulations, gentlemen. Awards for event 27, women's 200 backstroke. In 8th place from Lions, Grace Prendergast. In 7th place from New Trier, Vivian Wu. In 6th place from St. Charles, Mallory Jump. In 5th place from New Trier, Margaret Guanchi. In 4th place from Academy Bullets, Lindsay Merck. In 3rd place from New Trier, Shannon Carney. In 2nd place from St. Charles, Megan Armstrong. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Women's 200 Backstroke Senior Champion and new meet record holder with a time of 1:58.26 from Dunlap Dolphins, Emma Theobald. Congratulations, ladies. Awards for event 28, men's 200 backstroke. In 8th place from Reach Aquatics, Josh Delorto. In 7th place from Mundelein Mustangs, Nick Jasinski. In 6th place from Academy Bullets, Will Raitt. In 5th place from New Trier, Patrick Gridley. In 4th place from Chicago Wolfpack, Tadzio Kirka. In 3rd place from New Trier, Ryan Gridley. In 2nd place from West Chicago Sharks, Nick Vance. And our 2018 Illinois Swimming Men's 200 Backstroke Senior Champion and new meet record holder with his time from prelims 144.14 from Academy Bullet Swim Club, Spencer Walker. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Well, you saw on the awards podium the top distance performer awards. What that award is the athletes who accumulate the most points for the 400 individual medley, the 500 freestyle, the 1000 freestyle, and the 1650 freestyle cumulative scores. And they are ranked first through 8th, and that is they receive a top distance performer t-shirt for the combination of points that they
have earned over the course of the weekend. Next up, we have the women's 100-yard freestyle. Your C final. In lane 1, Elisa Hakey from West Swim Club. In lane 2, Morgan Parker from Cats. In lane 3, Peyton Lang from Woodstock Dolphins. In lane 4, Stephanie Bowater from West. In lane 5, Drew Peterwright from Patriot Aquatics. In lane 6, we have Hannah Shimada from Swift. And lane 7, we have Emily Bolger from Palatine Park District. And up in lane 8, we have Grace Rogowski from Academy Bullets.
Futures time standard 52.19. Fastest swimmer seated in this C heat, Stephanie Bowater from West Swim Club at a 52.99. And she is first to the wall. Key to a good 100 freestyle is remembering that speed has to take you out comfortably. Athletes with the best third 25, this is where a lot of places will change, is on this third 25 and how aggressive an athlete can be here. Coming off the wall really strong over here in lane number 4 is Bowater on his third 25, but the slight lead goes to Peter Wright from Pack. Lane number 3 turns equally, that's Lang. Peyton Lang from Woodstock Dolphins, and we can't call the field here. 6 girls all neck and neck from the flags in, and who gets it? Shimada takes it. Hannah Shimada from Swift Aquatics with a 26.88 on that last 50, 52.80 for Shimada.
And your B final up next, women's 100-yard freestyle. Lane 1, Sophia Guccina from Pack. Lane 2, Shannon Kearney from New Trier. In lane 3, representing Glenview Titan, we have Alexis Katchen. In lane 4, we have Macy Rink from Bloomington Normal Y. In lane 5, we have Emma Theobald from Dunlap Dolphins. In lane 6, we have Callie Frankowiak from Mavericks. In lane 7, we have Eleanor Turk of Lion Aquatics. And up in lane 8, we have Emily Graham from West Swim Club.
2 athletes under 52 seconds in the B final. That's Rink and Theobald. Excuse me. That is Rink and Theobald in lanes 4 and 5. Rink from Bloomington Normal. Emma Theobald from Dunlap Dolphins. Emma just got out of that 200 backstroke. Futures cut 52.19, so both those athletes have that. The next standard 49.69. Let's see who can break 50 seconds in this field. They got to be out about 23 seconds high. Great underwater work, and a start over here in lane number 2. That was Kearney from New Trier Aquatics. Athletes that learn how to race underwater, not just on butterfly, not just on backstroke, but now more and more athletes are starting to use that attacking through their dolphin kicking off their first 15 meters. A lot of breaths into the wall there. So we saw athletes that come into the wall first, take a breath into the turn, take a breath out of the turn, and now they're fourth. And you will see coaches really get on their athletes for that. Good third 25 over here for lane number 5. That is Theobald from Dunlap Dolphins. Junior national time standard 49, just off that. 26:18 for Theobald, only swimmer under 27 seconds on her second 50. 51:38.
Very nice.
Your super fun.
Super final of women's 100 freestyle in lane 3 from New Trier. She wants to thank her coach for canceling practice tomorrow morning. It's Joelle Orr. In lane 4 from Bloomington Normal Y Waves. She's really grateful to all of the Illinois swimming volunteers, coaches, and officials that have been a part of her career in Illinois. It's Grace Ariola. In lane 5 from Cats Aquatic Team, she says she has 1.5 coaches. It's Maxine Parker. And in lane 6 from Bloomington Normal Y Waves, she says, every stroke is a signature, and you all know mine. It's Melissa Pish.
So we did not see Grace Ariola in the 200 backstroke, and it was a mistake. She did set the record in the 200 backstroke earlier in the day. Grace also set the 100 freestyle record earlier in the day at a 49:32. Her first 50 was a 23:94. Talk about intimidating when you walk out and your suit says USA Swimming on it.
Right.
From the national team. It's kind of, well, I'm going to intimidate you. I'm going to wear my USA Swimming suit tonight. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Messages. Yes.
She is that level of an athlete. She attacks the turn 23:13. Parker 23:61. Both out strong. Here's where Grace really excels, is on her back half and that third 25. Parker having a great swim right on her hip. And when you see Grace come out of her turn, she's already into peak speed. No hesitation. The record 49:32. 48, 25:17. Parker with a great swim as well.
Grace.
48:30, 49:24 for Parker. Good swims. 49:80 for Pish. Grace Ariola again breaks another record and as well breaks the pool record here at UIC Natatorium. Great job, Grace.
I loved hearing her gratitude to all involved. And now we're going to enter the men's division 100-yard freestyle C final. In lane 1, we have Peyton Galad from West Chicago Sharks. In lane 2, we have William Raitt from Academy Bullets. In lane 3, Patrick Gridley of New Trier. In lane 4, Joshua Delarado from Reach Aquatics. In lane 5, we have Thomas Barr from New Trier. In lane 6, representing Fox Valley, we have John Ron. In lane 7, we have Benjamin Owens from Peoria Area Water Wizards. And up in lane 8, towards the top of your screen, John Whitehurst, representing St. Charles. The meet record, set back in 2001, is 44.07 seconds. by Jared Schroeder. Once again, this is the men's C final, 100-yard freestyle. And we are awaiting one of our participants. Has not made it to the blocks yet. And we will be getting underway here momentarily with the men's 100-yard freestyle C final. Once again, lane 1 towards the bottom of your screen, lane 8 all the way up towards the top of your screen. And I am noticing that 2 of the lanes are empty. That was lane 6, John Ron from Fox Valley, and lane 7, Benjamin Owens of Peoria Area Water Wizards.
Now, in most finals competition, there are alternates listed, and what they will do if the alternates stick around, they will be plugged into those empty lanes if people do not show up. Joshua Del Toro Oto from Reach was your fastest qualifier in the C with a 46.67.
And lane 4, Joshua Delarado from Reach Aquatics was your first place finisher with a time of 46.51. And we will enter the B final for the men's 100-yard free. Lane 1, Daniel Eng from Cats Aquatics. In lane 2, Michael Petro of Alligator. In lane 3, also from Alligator, Michael Belserek. In lane 4, we have Ryan Gridley of New Trier. In lane 5, we have Cole Grosshans from West. In lane 6, Spencer Walker from Academy Bullets. In lane 7, Donovan Lehman from West. And in lane 8, Billy Troy, unattached. Once again, the meet record set in 2001, 44.07.
By Jared Schroeder, who is now the head men's swimming coach at Northwestern University. A little slow start over here in lane number 4. That was Gridley. Didn't get off the blocks as quickly as he had in the morning. Your leader at the 25 with some strong underwater work again is Balserac from Arlington Alligators. He and his teammate side by side. That's Michael Petro. Lane 7 with a great turn. That's Lehman from West at the 21.87.
I did notice that it looked as if one of the participants in the middle lanes had kind of a split-legged entry. I'm wondering if that was.
We'll talk about that track start in a little bit.
Sure.
Gridley comes back strong with a 23.44 on his back half and wins the heat, 45.67, your super final.
In our men's 100 free super final, in lane 3, he's from New Trier. He would like it if this final would be long course. It's Charlie Scheinfeld. In lane 4, from Patriot Aquatic Club, he claims to have lost to Charlie Scheinfeld by 1/100th of a second over the summer. He doesn't specify which event. Could have been 25 side stroke. It's Topher Stensby. In lane 5 from Cats Aquatic Team. He once took a nap so long, a friend thought he was kidnapped. Wow. Nicholas Baginski. And in lane 6 from Lion Aquatics. He wants to tell a joke too. What do you call a computer that sings? Adele. It's Henry Clayson.
You had the opportunity to do a quick interview with Topher before the competition started. What was his key points that he talked about in racing in his 100 freestyle tonight?
He said that he goes out there and swims this just like any other race. He's not after achieving any records. He just wants to get out there and swim the best that he possibly can swim.
Topher's time in the 100 freestyle prelims, 21:45 on the way out. Again, that meet record is a 44:07, so that's within reach, but you're going to have to be out at your peak speed. There is a wave that follows these gentlemen in. A couple of them caught it on the way through. Watch as they flip turn. They have to actually get underneath these waves that follow them in, and Topher's out 21:11.
Wow.
He's plenty fast enough if he can get a 23-second back half here, being challenged over there by Scheinfeld. Guys are catching at that deep end, catching a little bit of wash. Charlie Scheinfeld trying to get on his hip. Straight arm strokes in for Topher, and he's a Scheinfeld 22.84 on his back half. Beautiful second half from him. What's the time? 44.40 for Stensby, your winner. 44.73 by Scheinfeld.
Excellent work.
Junior National, just off the Junior National time standard.
Topher Stensby from PAC winning that heat, that super final. And next up, we will see the women's 200-yard butterfly. The meet record, 1:57 and 71 seconds, set back in 2009 by Adrienne Bychek from the Express Swim Team. We're looking at the C final here. In lane 1, we have Alexa Zadorsky from Delta. In lane 2, Audrey Richardson from New Trier. In lane 3, Alexa Puccini from Mavericks. In lane 4, Lauren Payton from Academy Bullets. In lane 5, Mackenzie Atkins from Academy Bullets. In lane 6, Macy Rink from Bloomington Normal Y Waves. In lane 7, Carly Jennings from New Trier. And in lane 8, Megumi Komodo from Academy Bullets.
Futures time standard 2:06.19. 200 butterfly is one of those events where traditionally we see some good time drops in the evening. The more loose these athletes are, they take a little nap in the afternoon, take in a little nutrition, have a better feel for that 200 butterfly from their morning swim, and able to make small adjustments. I mean, many times they'll come back and swim a lot faster. Your leader over here in lane number 3 right now is Puccini from Mavs. Very comfortable out front, not overusing the legs. Most of the 200 butterflies, you don't see too big of a splash off their kicks, so they're really focusing more on hips, good push-offs, good strong breakouts, actually keeping the bodies lower in the water as they break out, not coming up too high, catching any waves. Puccini's still your leader. I like her turn technique. She seems to keep her knees right underneath her. Watch on this starting end turn. She comes into the wall. She really gets her knees underneath her, comes straight back out. Shortest distance between 2 points, a straight line. And she does a great job coming back out on the other end. Good technique. She splits a 32.72. She's the fastest swimmer in the pool, a 1:31.85. Way ahead of that futures pace at 2:06. Taking advantage of her second swim here. That's one thing about prelims and finals. You got 2 chances to drop time in a prelims and final meet, and it really gives you that added momentum and focus. She's going to finish off well ahead of the field. Comes in at a 33.24 on that last 50. Puccini at a 2:05.09, and she hits that futures time standard of 2:06.19.
And on to our B final, women's 200-yard butterfly. In lane 1, we have Mary Genya from St. Charles. In lane 2, we have Tiffany Shao from Glenview Titan Aquatics Club. In lane 3, Eleanor Benji from West. And we have in lane 4, Greta Pelzik from New Trier. In lane 5, Annalisa Stingel from Cat Aquatics. In lane 6, we have Mary Glennon from Lion Aquatics. In lane 7, we have Isabel Zavels from Wolfpack, Chicago Wolfpack, pardon me. And in lane 8, Cleo Hancock from the Y Flying Fish.
Again, many of these athletes chasing the futures time standard, 2:06.17. You saw Alexa Puccini drop 3 seconds on her final swim. Let's see who takes on that next challenge here. And again, as you watch the athletes, C, B, and A, watch the consistency of the underwater work and the distance off each wall. Now again, 200 butterflyers, these athletes may not spend as much time underwater as a 100 butterflyer. It is an aerobic race where they need to save the oxygen for their legs. At the wall, looks like your leader is Pelzik from New Trier, 27.60. Actually looked like lane 3, Beng got the lead, but may have lost the shutting off the touchpad. Good technique off the walls. The athletes are keeping their same kick counts. Coaches will tell them what their kick counts need to be and how many strokes they want them to take per 25. This is what they practice, a set of 10 25s. 4 kicks off the wall. I want you to hold 10 strokes. And they will repeat it over and over again. Keep relaxed as you're taking your 10 strokes, but let's make sure we hit 10. Let's make sure we hit 4 kicks off every wall. Lane 3, that's Beng from West.
You spoke of small adjustments. Can you give us examples of what those might be for an athlete?
Maybe being a little bit more controlled on the front half. Maybe not using your legs as strong to be able to get out into your race. Use more of the hips. The more efficient they are, actually, the faster they'll go. So a coach will say, let's not go out too hard. You can go out fast, but not too hard. So let's lay off the legs and save them till the end. You see Beng starting to really drive her legs now over here in lane number 3. Many athletes way under that 2:06.19. So what we saw, no futures cuts in the morning in the first 2 heats, we're going to see a boatload of them right here. Coming on strong in lane number 5 over there, that's Stingel from Cat, starting to drive hard. Is she going to take the heat? Who got the touch? It was Beng from West. She was a 32.96 on her last 50. 2:03.98, 2:04 for Pelzik, 2:04 for Stingel, 2:05 for Hancock down there in lane 8. John.
Here in our super final of women's 200 butterfly, in lane 3 from Patriot Aquatic Club. Her mom says that her boyfriend's new haircut makes him look like a 12-year-old. It's Emma Gleason. In lane 4 from Patriot Aquatic Club, she wants to give a shout out to her brother for teaching her to love this event. It's Isabel Pelka. In lane 5 from Highland Park Aquatic Club, she's sporting the same rainbow croc flips from the Denver airport since 2012. It's Abby Smith. And in lane 6, for St. Charles swim team, she fears she will die in a hamster attack. It's Mallory Jump.
And once again, the meet record set back in 2009 by Adrienne Bychek from Express Swim Team, 157.71.
Your top seed, Isabella Pelka from Patriot Aquatics. She was a 2:02.34. We're going to kind of follow her through this competition and see how she swims her race and her splits. She kind of double-armed that wall, kind of kept her lead arm hanging on the wall, kind of gave the advantage over there to jump in lane 6, just from the turn technique within itself. So Pelka was out a 28.01. Lane number 4 this morning, she's out 27.27, so ahead of her pace. Trying to go under that 2-minute barrier. Junior national time standard 1:59.39. They have a shot at that, the way she looks right now in the water. Turns, kind of hangs on the wall, twists the body. Needs to get that lead arm off the wall a little quicker. Beautiful stroke. Feeling the water all the way through. You watch her hands snap back through, working on the distance per stroke. A little long on that wall. 30.34. She was a 30.55 this morning. So again, ahead of her pace from this morning. Jump over there in lane number 6, just behind her. And she's really working her walls and the technique of her turn. So let's see how that works out on the back half of the swim. Pelka working for being under 2 minutes, is on pace. It's going to come down to that last 75. Pelka with a 31.0. She was a 30.9. That's just going to be from turn technique. So she's still ahead of her pace from this morning when she went 2:02.95. Pelka's going to be right on that 1:59 if she can get this race home. Good technique underwater, being very disciplined off her walls. You notice all her walls are just about equal distance on her kickouts. Jump coming on strong from St. Charles. And she hits it at a 2:01, a 33.0 for Pelka on that last 50. 2:01.68, faster than the 2:02.34 this morning, and jump at a 2:03.28.3.
And next we will see the men's 200-yard butterfly. The meet record 1:48.25, set back in 2013 by Reed Maloney from New Trier. And in the C final, lane 1, Matthew Felber from Academy Bullocks. In lane 2, we have Foster Swanson from Cat Aquatics. In lane 3, we have Ian Vandergraaf from New Trier. Lane 4, Carter Thoss from Palos Orlin. And in lane 5, we have Frank Niziola from St. Charles. In lane 6, we have Nicholas Jasinski from Mundelein Mustangs. In lane 7, we have Alexander Ostrowski from Swift. And in lane 8, Ethan Batko from Cats.
Pretty strategic race for the athletes in the C final. No futures cuts from prelims. 1:53.69 is the goal. Again, last individual event in the morning, last individual event of the competition in the morning. So the athletes, again, with a little bit of rest, will make adjustments, not only technique-wise, but rest-wise, nutrition-wise, recovery-wise. Do a lot of little things to be able to create a good second swim. Your leader, 29, with a 29.21, Ostrowski from Swift, hits the wall first. And again, good race strategy now in this back half. You're starting to see the tempo start to pick up. Athletes still have to work strong on maintaining technique here, not just moving your arms faster, not just kicking harder. It's distance per stroke. Again, coaches want them to take specific amounts of strokes per length. So what happens is, if an athlete in this turn right here would come up shorter than what he does, he's taking more strokes at the other, more strokes than the 25. Traditionally, they will come in long or short at the other end because they missed a kick. Mm-hmm. So if you see somebody jam a wall or come in long, it's usually because of what happened at the opposite end of the pool, not what they're doing coming into the wall. Again, 1:53.69 is the futures cut. Lane number 6, that is Jasinski from Mundelein, splits a 29.64 and takes the heat with a 154.02.
All right. Congratulations to Nicholas Jasinski from Mundelein, winning the C final. The B final, lane 1, we have Kyle Lowarchek from St. Charles. In lane 2, we have Nathaniel Baxter, also from St. Charles. In lane 3, Quinn Longren from Glenview Titan. And in lane 4, we have Jeffrey Vitek from West. In lane 5, Joseph Gibson from Wildkit. In lane 6, Garrett Clausen from West Chicago Sharks. And in lane 7, Matthew Terrian from Peoria Area Water Wizards. And up in lane 8, Seba Filipovic from St. Charles.
Top seed in the B final, Jeffrey Vitek from West Swim Club at 151.77. Jeffrey was a winner of our Illinois Swimming Athlete Scholarship Award. They had to have some great outside activities. They were a great commitment to the sport and leadership to be able to achieve that Illinois swimming contribution to their future education. Lane number 4, that's Vitek, 24.44. Junior National Time Standard, 147.89. Jeffrey trying to break that 150 barrier. He's out ahead of the field by almost a full body length. Very disciplined off his wall. So when he does take that breakout stroke, he does not take a breath. He's keeping his head down, so making sure he maximizes his movement forward. Vitek 28.07 on that split. Fastest swimmer in the pool on that second 50. Coming on strong over there in lane number 6 is Garrett Clausen. West Chicago Sharks. So we should have a good race coming down on the last 75 of this 200 butterfly B final. Clausen coming on strong. Vitek still holding stroke. Coming on strong over here in lane number 3. That is Longren from GTEC. Jeffrey Vitek's discipline off his wall is what's keeping his lead right here. He is a 29 on that 50 split. Looking particularly strong on this 25. Takes a peek at his competition, jumps off the wall, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kicks off the wall. Again, no breathing off his breakouts. GTAC swimmer in lane number 3 coming on, that's Longren. Looks like Vitek's gonna hang on, 28.52. Vitek takes the B final with 150.98. Your super final.
Here in our super final of men's 200 butterfly, in lane 3, he's from Dunlap Dolphins, and he can't wait to finish his homework after this swim on his 3-hour drive home. It's Zach Boley. In lane 4, from West Chicago Sharks, he's really happy to have his mom here tonight. It's Nick Vance. In lane 5 from Academy Bullets, he claims that his coach, Mike Lorick, did not watch his swim this morning. It's Spencer Skywalker. And in lane 6, he's from Alligator Aquatics, and he calls feeling good in swimming the Mojo. It's Michael Bulsrak.
All right, Nick Vance, your top seeded swimmer at a 149.78, junior national time standard 147.89, meet record 148.25. Nick has had an outstanding meet, breaking records and coming darn close to others. He's going to be pushed by Spencer Walker, who has set records of his own only on his back. Now he's on his stomach, so let's see how he does. Turns are going to make a difference here. We'll take a look at our top seeded swimmers and their times on the way out. Nick Vance, your top seeded swimmer, was out of 24.99 on his first 50 split. And Nick today is out of a 24.53. Boley a 24.52, hundredth of a second faster. Nick's second 50 split was a 27.76. He's out 52 this morning. He's got to go a hair faster to take down that 148.25 Reed Malone's meet record set back in 2013. Right now he's looking really, really high in the water. Nick has strong back halves. He splits a 27.36, 4/10 of a second faster on this split than this morning. He's out of 51.89, and that's almost a half, 3/4 of a second faster than he was this morning. He was out 52. Third 50 was a 28.36, a 28.96. Let's see how he's feeling his stroke here on his third 50. Comes in on his stroke, 28.52, 4/10 of a second faster on that 50 split. But being challenged over here in lane number 3, that's Boley from Dunlap Dolphins. Oh, neck and neck. Nick turns to his right side because he knew his competition was there. Wanted to make sure he knew he was coming out strong. In lane number 6 is Ballstreck from Arlington Alligators. Meet record 148.52. Who gets it? Wow, with a touch. It's Boley from Dunlap Dolphins with a 28.83 on his last 50 split. He takes the race at a 149.54. Great swim over there in the outside lane. In our super final, William Boley from Dunlap Dolphins at a 149.54. Great swim, young man.
And we will send it to the pool announcer. We will see a few awards and return with our final event of the evening, the 400-yard freestyle relay.
We want to thank a few sponsors before we start our awards. That is, Xfinity is the official cable and internet provider of Illinois Swimming and the official sponsor of all Illinois Swimming Championship meet webcasts.
Also to Speedo. Speedo is an official sponsor of the Illinois Swimming LSC and all of the championship meets. Thank you, Speedo.
Athletico and Athletico Physical Therapy. We know that there is freedom from pain, and you can get back doing things you love. If pain is slowing you down, visit athletico.com. Appointments to request your complimentary injury screening and start feeling better today. We are proud to be the official provider of physical therapy for Illinois Swimming. Athletico Physical Therapy, better for everybody.
And Oceans Apparel is a proud sponsor of Illinois Swimming. Over the past 17 years, Oceans Apparel has helped organizations raise over $2 million to help support youth athletics. Stop by their
Awards for event 29, women's 100 freestyle. In 8th place from Maverick Kelly Frankowiak. In 7th place from Bloomington Normal Swim Club, Macy Rink. In 6th place from New Trier, Shannon Carney. 5th place from Dunlap Dolphins, Emma Theobald. 4th place from New Trier, Joelle Orr. 3rd place from Bloomington Normal Y Waves, Melissa Pish. 2nd place from Cats Aquatic Team, Maxine Parker. And our 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Champion in the 100 freestyle from Bloomington Normal Y Waves. She sets another pool and meet record. Grace Ariola. Congratulations, ladies. Awards for event 30 men's 100 freestyle. In 8th place from West, Cole Grosshands. In 7th place from West, Donovan Lehman. In 6th place from Alligator Aquatics, Michael Balsrak. In 5th place from New Trier, Ryan Gridley. In 4th place from Lions Aquatics, Henry Clayson. In 3rd place from Cats Aquatic Team, Nicholas Baginski. In 2nd place from New Trier Aquatics, Charlie Scheinfeld. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course 100 Freestyle Champion from Patriot Aquatic Club, Topher Stensby. Congratulations, gentlemen. Awards for event 31, women's 200 butterfly. In 8th place from YWCA Flying Fish, Cleo Hancock. In 7th place from Cats, Annalise Stingle. In 6th place from New Trier, Greta Pelzik. In 5th place from West, Eleanor Bengi. In 4th place from Highland Park Aquatic Club, Abby Smith. In 3rd place from Patriot, Emma Gleason. In 2nd place from St. Charles, Mallory Jump. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Champion in the women's 200 butterfly from Patriot Aquatic Club, Isabel Pelka. Awards for men's 200 butterfly event 32. In 8th place from West Chicago Sharks, Garrett Clausen. 7th from St. Charles, Nathaniel Baxter. 6th from Glenview Titan, Quinn Lofren. 5th from West, Jeffrey Vitek. 4th from Academy Bullets, Spencer Walker. 3rd from West Chicago Sharks, Nick Vance. 2nd from Alligator Aquatics, Michael Balsarak. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Champion in the men's 200 butterfly from Dunlap Dolphins, Zach Boley. Congratulations, gentlemen.
I will tell you that this meet has been exciting in the pool, but also team scores. Take a look at this. Academy Bullets Swim Club now with a combined lead at 1,239.5 points. 2.5 points ahead of St. Charles, 1,237. 2.5 points, boy, I tell you, that's going to come down to the B relays and the A relays. So if you've got depth in relays, you're going to outscore your competition. New Trier's at 10:58. Keep an eye on the relay scores in the competition. St. Charles has, I believe, 2 relays in the top 8 for women, 2 relay score, and 1 in the men's. And I think Academy has 1 in the men's, and could be wrong, it could be more than that. Nope, 1 in the men's. You're up.
All right, the women's 400-yard freestyle relay, our final event of the weekend. In lane 1, we have the Maverick Swim Club Team A. Kelly Wilhite will be the first in the pool. We have West Swim Club Team A in lane 2. Lane 3, New Trier Team A. Lane 4, Academy Bullets Team A. Lane 5, St. Charles Team A. Lane 6, Patriot Aquatics Team A. Lane 7, Lion Aquatics Team A. And lane 8, St. Charles Team B. And I have in lane 1, Kelly Wilhite of Mavericks. Lane 2, Elisa Hakey from West. Shannon Kearney in lane 3 from New Trier, and lane 4, Grace Rogowski from Academy Bullets. Lane 5, Megan Armstrong from St. Charles, and lane 6, Isabel Pelka from PAC. Lane 7, we have Lions representative Ellen Turk, and in lane 8, St. Charles, Annabelle Knirk.
Again, this is a time final event. Fox Valley swim team posted the top 2 times from this morning, 3:27.02 from their A relay. That could pop up into the top 8 in medal. Right now, your leader over here in lane number 3, that looks like New Trier.
And next in the pool, lane 2, second representative, Alexa Puccini for Mavericks. West, lane 2, Emily Graham. Lane 3, New Trier, Audrey Richardson. Lane 4, Academy, we have Lindsay Merck. Lane 5, St. Charles, Mallory Jump. Lane 6 from PAC, Ashley Corello. Lane 7, Lions, we have Callahan Dunn. And lane 8, St. Charles representative, Mary Jenya.
Lane 7, that's Lions out there like a shot out of a cannon. New Trier and Lions. Great turn over there by Lions. Wow, what a quick heel snap into that first 50 turn. New Trier, where's St. Charles right now in the middle of the pool? They're in the team hunt, and Academy is in lane 4. Wow, Lions out there really trying to get an early lead.
And in lane 1 from Mavericks, Anna Scoville. And lane 2 from West, Lauren Johnson next in the pool. Lane 3, New Trier's Lily Kurdelowski, Lane 4, Academies, Connie Zhang. Lane 5, we have St. Charles, Sydney Kelly. Lane 6 from PAC, Drew Peterwright. Lane 7 from Lions, we have Mary Gannon, And lane 8, St. Charles, Catherine Cantrell.
Still Lions out there, 25-21, but a great split by the New Trier third leg at a 24-70. New Trier coming on tight. Here comes lane number 5. Lane number 5 is St. Charles. Lane number 6 is PAC, making a big push. New Trier and Lions as they hit their anchor swimmers.
And the final swimmers, Mavericks lane 1, Kelly Frankowiak. Lane 2 from West, we have Alexandra Newt. Lane 3, New Triers, Joelle Orr. Lane 4, Academy Bullets, Catherine Muller. In lane 5, we have from St. Charles, Kaylee Lewis. In lane 6 from PAC, we have Sophia Goshina. And lane 7 from Lions, Grace Pendergrast. And in lane 8 from St. Charles, Elisa Brault.
This is going to come down to the last 50. Lions at a 24:35, 23:99 for New Trier. Anchor legs are becoming very important here. Lane 6 is PAC. Lane 5, St. Charles just ahead of Academy in this tight team race. New Trier taking over the lead. Lions in second. PAC coming up strong. St. Charles in the middle of the pool.
And it looks like New Trier touched first on that 400-yard freestyle for the ladies.
So they were 3:26.61, just off the meet record of 3:25.65.
Excellent job, Team New Trier. And next for the gentlemen 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, West Chicago Sharks, Team A, Patrick White first. In lane 2, from Patriot Aquatics, we have Joseph Song for Team A. Glenview Titans, Team A, we have Michael Gavanaugh. In lane 4, we have from West, Donovan Lehman. In lane 5 from New Trier, we have Charles Scheinfeld. In lane 6 from St. Charles Team A, Kyle Lawarchik. In lane 7 from Academy Bullets, Tyler McLaurin from Team A. And in lane 8 from Lions Aquatics, Team A, Francis McCarter.
3:02.75 is the meet record set by New Trier. The Illinois Swimming Association record 2:58.20. That's under 3 minutes is a special relay. Again, it is Academy and St. Charles that are battling for this team title, but it looks up front in lane number 4. West is getting out very quickly at the first 50. Followed closely over there in lane number 5. That's New Trier Aquatics. St. Charles is in lane 6. Academy in lane 7. Again, depth may make a difference. Depth in your relays, scoring 2 relays instead of 1.
And next in the pool, West Chicago Sharks, Nicholas Vance. Lane 2 from PAC, Topher Stensby. Lane 3 from Glenview Titans, we have Sammy Musali. From lane 4, we have in West, we have Jeffrey Vitek. Lane 5, New Trier's Thomas Barr. In lane 6 from St. Charles, Mitchell Milosh. In lane 7 from Academy, we have Benjamin Kimmel. And in lane 8 from Lions, we have Henry Klassen.
Very special relay here for New Trier in the middle of the pool. Again, the meet record 3:02.75 set back in 2015. They're strong. West right on their hips. Outside smoke over there in lane number 8. That's Lions, who had a great women's relay, also coming on strong in the men's here. Lane number 2 over here, that is PAC, having another great 400 freestyle relay. Again, they were strong in the women's event as well.
And next from West in the pool, Peyton Goulad. From lane 2 from PAC, we have Jack Zhang. In lane 3 from Glenview Titans, Elliot Chen. Lane 4 from West, Michael Walsh. In lane 5 from New Trier, Patrick Gridley. Lane 6 from St. Charles, we have Frank Niziolek. And in lane 7, Academy Bullets, William Raitt. And in lane 8 from Lions, we have Jack Racanelli.
Coming down to the anchor leg swimmers over there in 6 and 7, the 2 leaders in the meet, St. Charles and Academy battling it out head to head. New Trier going for the meet record. They hit a 24:33.
And finally in the pool for West Chicago Sharks, Garrett Klassen. In lane 2, we have from PAC, Andrew Corello. In lane 3 from Glenview Titans, Jack Chaparro. In lane 4 from West, we have Cole Grossans. In lane 5 from New Trier, Ryan Gridley. Lane 6 from St. Charles, John Whitehurst. In lane 7 from Academy, we have Spencer Walker. And finally, anchoring for lane 8, Lions, we have Kareem Bitar, pardon me.
New Trier with 25 left. Looks like they're going to wrap this one up. West at the wall. Academy coming on strong. Right behind them is St. Charles. I don't know if one place difference is going to make a difference for Academy. We'll see. 3:03 for the New Trier team. I think they just missed the record there on the 4th day of competition, 3:03.81. Great swim. It looks like Academy got the edge over 3rd place to 4th place over St. Charles, but I'm not sure what the team scores. I think St. Charles might have had just enough lead to get that through. Depends on the depth of Academy, and the relays will have team scores shortly. Well, did that end off on a high note? Just some great swimming. Always amazes me on the 4th day of a competition. The athletes are exhausted, but they're still racing harder than they did on day 1. So these 400 freestyle relays are just something just to be sometimes just wow. I don't have any other words to say it. Just the effort that these athletes will put forth, and what we're seeing over there also is great sportsmanship. These kids are great friends. They attend camps together. They are, good
the camaraderie
comrades.
it's absolutely
behind
evident.
the lanes. There are some rivalries that transcend swimming, just like in any other sport.
Sure.
But when it comes to senior state meet, these athletes are willing to reach across the lane lines and shake each other's hands, and sometimes that's upbringing by the parents, not just their coaches and themselves.
Absolutely.
We're going to end off tonight with some awards in the meantime.
Yes.
I'm going to finish off thanking some of our sponsors, Wintrust, Marriott. Marriott is an official sponsor of USA Swimming.
And also a thank you to the Labs. The Labs is a unique, technologically driven swim training and fitness facility. Their custom low pool, are equipped with underwater and above water cameras to provide swimmers with a 360-degree view of their stroke, as well as mirrored bottoms for instant visual feedback. And we would also like to thank Team Unify for bag tags, and we also would like to thank Hasty Awards.
Well, our hosts, and you did talk to Bill Schall's, our meet director. I know you did an interview with him, and Academy Bullets and all of the teams that participated in supplying timers. It's kind of a team effort to host our championship meets. Thank you to all of our LSC teams that sponsor or that provided timers. Our entry chair, Todd Capon.
Yes. And we would also finally like to thank our meet referee, our head referee, and the administration as well, Dan Clayson, and the administrative referee, Ann Whittleson, and all of our officials. We'd like to thank all of you for all of your time spent here. Wonderfully officiated weekend of events.
And thanks to all of our sponsors, which are part of Team Illinois. And that's the important part of all of this, is that we can't do it without you. It is a combination of what we call Team Illinois, which encompasses parents, it encompasses volunteers, it encompasses sponsors. It encompasses a great webcast team.
Yay!
Yay, let's hear it for our webcast team. You guys were awesome this weekend,
Eddie.
very patient.
Yes.
So as we're hanging in there and doing a great job, we hit some bumps early, changing into a new system and a new computer, and only wish it would have been a little bit easier for us in the beginning, but I think we've got it, and we're hitting the ground running, and we'll be ready for age group state.
Yes, and I'd like to thank my partner in crime here, Mr. Tony Young, for all of your time and, of course, excellent leadership with IllinoisSwimming.org. It has been a very fun weekend.
Where's the last one?
Yeah.
See if the scores are at the bottom.
Nothing yet.
All right, we'll look on Meet Mobile. And I
And
think
see.
after our relays, they're going to be presenting awards, but nothing's official. But we look like on Meet Mobile, we think we see our top 3 finishers, but we'll wait for our awards for the relays and our individual team awards.
That's
Because
right.
I think that there was a great head-to-head battle here at Senior Championships between New Trier and St. Charles swim teams. St. Charles Academy, New Trier, West, Fox Valley, Patriot Aquatics in the top 6. We'll wait for those final scores from our voice of the pool deck, Aaron Mashman.
And this has been a wonderful experience for those of you that have not had an opportunity to come and witness in person all of the action. It is a sight to see. We welcome you to, of course, continue tuning in through our YouTube webcast, but of course, if you're able to come in person, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Much to see.
I hope you can join us in a couple weeks as we head up to Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin for the Illinois Swimming Age Group Short Course Championships. And that is a big meet, 1,200 athletes all coming together up at Pleasant Prairie, just across the border.
And we are preparing for the awards that will be presented for the relays. We'll have individual awards, and then finally we will cap.
Awards for women's 400 freestyle relay, event 33. In third place, the relay team from Lions Aquatics, Eleanor Turk, Callahan Dunn, Mary Gannon, and Grace Prendergast. In second place, the relay from Fox, Tiffany Ron, Megan Cizak, Kristen Steggy, and Monica McKenna Stone. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Champion in the women's 400 free relay from New Trier Aquatics, Shannon Carney, Audrey Richardson, Lily Kurzidlo, and Joelle Orr. Congratulations, ladies. Awards for event 34, men's 400 free relay. In third place, the team from West Swim Club, Donovan Lehman, Jeffrey Vitek, Michael Walsh, and Cole Grosshands. In second place, the team from Fox, John Ron, Connor Boyle, Kyrie Chen, and Ayush Deshpande. And your 2018 Illinois Swimming Short Course Senior Champion in the men's 400 free relay from New Trier Aquatics, Charlie Scheinfeld, Thomas Barr, Patrick Gridley, and Ryan Gridley. Congratulations, gentlemen. And on the men's side, with 166 points from West Chicago Sharks, Nick Vance. Congratulations, Grace and Nick. Smile big. Next up, we would like to present the awards for outstanding individual performances of the meet. In the women's division, it is for women's 100 backstroke with a time of 52.56 or 996 power points, Grace Ariola. And on the men's side, also in the 100 backstroke with a time of 47.23, 945 power points, Spencer Walker. Both of these individual times were new meet records and new UIC pool records. Congratulations. At this time, we'd like to present team awards. The top three in women's, men's, and then combined team awards. Yes. On the women's side, the top team with 763 points is St. Charles Swim Team. On the men's side with 653.5 points. Top team is Academy Bullet Swim Club. And the top 3 teams in combined team scores. In third place with 1,181 points, Nutrier Aquatics. In second place with 1,346.5 points, Academy Bullet Swim Club. And your team champion with 1,380 points, St. Charles Swim Team.
And we would like to thank you once again for tuning in to our webcast of the 2018 Illinois Swimming Senior Championships held here at UIC Natatorium. It's been a thrilling 4-day weekend of incredible action. And again, we would like to congratulate the top 3 teams. In third place, Nutrier Aquatics with over 1,000 points. Academy Bullets Swim Club came in second, and very narrowly heading off Academy Bullets was St. Charles in first place. What an incredible weekend of events. Many records set.
A lot of records set, a lot of great swimming. We thank again everyone that's been part of our team, our broadcast team. Thank you all for all of your hard work. We'll see you all back on the air in 2 weeks up at Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin at the Age Group State Championships.
And thank you once again. Amber Johnson signing off.